Welcome to the next rendition of Amplify, the Ladies Edition. That's right, we have 15 Black women who are here to share their power, their passion, their pain, their pathos, if you will, and to share it with you in all of the different and incredible ways that they saw fit. They're here to share with you the great joy and hopes that they have for the future. And they're here to open their hearts and let you know the real fears that they have today, right now, in this great state of Colorado. So I hope you will enjoy getting to take a peek behind the curtain and see what the women have to say. Historically, women have been part of the backbone of the Black family, and they are sometimes considered to be the unsung heroes, the heartbeat, but not always celebrated, at least by those who aren't necessarily part of the community. This episode begins with 5 women taking you on their journey to experience some of what they see happening in the world right now. What are their hopes? What are their fears? What excites them? You get to experience it. And now, with full credit to Maya Angelou, it's in the click of their heels, the bend of their hair, the palm of their hands, the need for their care. Because we are women, phenomenally. That's these 15 women. Enjoy. Amplify. The Ladies Edition.
I cried today. Today I cried. I looked into the faces of my 2 beautiful boys, my 2 beautiful Black boys, and I cried. I cried knowing that despite how intelligent they are, well-educated they are, successful they are, how well-mannered and respectful they are, it will not matter. I cried because the characters of my beautiful babies will not matter. They will step out into a world outside of this home that ultimately does not love them. A world that doesn't see them as human. A world that doesn't see the intelligence, the kind nature, the gentleman we've raised them to be. No. No, this world outside of our home, this world will see my boys as criminals, as thugs, as deserving of whatever may come their way, as unworthy of life, simply because they were born Black. I cried because my incredible Black boys will face a world much harsher than the majority in this country because of the color of their skin. Their Blackness will be viewed as a weapon that somehow dehumanizes them and labels them as less than. A weapon that isn't deserving of something as simple as a morning run or a breath of air to fill their lungs. A weapon that could ultimately lead to their death. I cried today. I cried thinking about the conversation I had with my oldest, thinking how I shouldn't have to have this conversation. Yeah, we had the conversation. Thinking about how many Black mothers have to have this same conversation with their children, not out of desire, but as a necessity for survival in this world we live in. I cried at the words of my son. I'm scared of the police and I don't feel safe. The people who are supposed to protect and serve are the ones my child fears the most. The ones killing people, just like my little Black boys. Who can my son go to when he's in danger? And the ones who are meant to keep him safe see him as the danger. I cried thinking how my son learning to drive should be a joyous milestone in his life, But the celebration got cut short. Instead of giving him the safety protocol when driving, I have to give him the safety protocol when being pulled over. Always drive with your license in the cup holder, so if you're pulled over, you can put it on the dashboard before the police get to your window. You don't want to reach for anything. Remember, the first thing you do is turn the light on once the car is in park. That way everything is seen and nothing is mistaken for a weapon. Keep your car as clean as possible and put your sports bags in the trunk. Always keep your hands on the dashboard. You don't want to move them at all. And remember, son, no matter how degrading or disrespectful the officer may be, you comply. Do not talk back. Do not resist. You could lose your life. I'm serious, son. I cried today. I cried thinking, knowing that someday I will have to have this same conversation with my youngest. My heart wants to be hopeful, but I also need to be realistic. I need to be realistic for the safety and survival of his precious life. I cry knowing so many will view this loving boy in such a negative way, not in the way we see him or for the boy he's been raised to be, but for whoever and whatever people perceive as due to his race. I cried today. I cried knowing that there is a limit to the worth of my boys' lives in some people's eyes. Some people that I even once called friends. I cried because these people don't understand or even try to understand that my boys will never be able to have a comfort zone in this country. Instead of being afraid of losing a position or even friends, my boys will be afraid of losing their lives. I cried today. I cried knowing that many Black mothers are crying with me. Many Black mothers feeling helpless, drained, and full of fear for their children. Black mothers depending on a system that has continued to fail us. A system in a country with two systems, and the one we and our Black children fall into is the one that desensitizes the injustices we face every day. A system where there is no true justice for us. A system we have no control over, but which ultimately controls us. A system in dire need of reform. I cried today. Today I cried. I looked into the faces of my precious Black boys whose lives do matter, and I cried. And I'm still crying.
Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly. No place big enough for holding all the tears you're gonna cry. 'Cause your mama's name was Lonely. And your daddy's name was Pain. And they call you Little Sorrow. "'Cause you'll never love again. Oh, why you wanna fly? Blackbird, you ain't never gonna fly. You ain't got no one to hold you. You ain't got no one to care. If you'd only understand it, nobody wants you anywhere. So why you wanna fly? Blackbird, you ain't never gonna
Mr. Mayor, we are all gathered here this morning to discuss the same issue. We all woke up this morning to find out that all of our Negroes were gone, missing, disappeared, vanished without a trace. My own daughter, Mary Lou, called me this morning bawling her eyes out. Her maid, Lula, didn't show up for work this morning. The baby ain't been fed. Its diapers are dirty. Not a dish been washed, a toilet scrubbed, or an egg fried. Sir, our beautiful, peaceful, loving town of Nowhere, Alabama is in a state of crisis. Each and every one of us have a disaster at this moment in our homes. There's food poisoning, severe indigestion, chronic diarrhea, advanced diaper chafings, and a plethora of unsanitary household disasters, dangerous to life, limb, and property. As a representative of the Federation of Ladies Clubs, I must sadly report that unless this trend is reversed, a complete breakdown in family unity is imminent, just as homosexuality and debauchery signal the fall of Greece and Rome. The downgrading of Southern Belgium might very well prophesy the collapse of our indigenous institutions. Remember, sir, it has always been pure, delicate, lily-white images of Dixie femininity that provided backbone, inspiration, and ideology to our gallant warriors and their defense against the own Russian black horde. if our men are drained of this worship and idolatry, God knows the cause won't be worth a Confederate nickel. And you listen here, sir. You get out there and you bring back our niggers now.
I'm outdoorsy. I always have been. I feel at home when I'm outside, especially when I'm in the mountains. I'm also a runner. To be specific, I am an early morning trail runner. I wake up before the sun, pull on my gear, leash up my dogs, and head for a trail. There is something about the crispness of the early morning air that is unlike anything else I know. I love the way it feels on my skin, in my nose, brushing against my legs and arms. I've always felt at home in the outdoors, until I didn't. It starts like all things do, slowly, with just one small thing being off, then another, then another. Then before I knew it, the place I used to call home was alien and unsafe. I don't like to watch the videos. Watching someone have their life taken away in such a violent and careless manner makes me sick in my bones. So I don't watch. I didn't watch. Not until Ahmaud. Now, what has been seen can never be unseen. He was out for a run, stopped by a house under construction, continued with his run, and was hunted down and viciously attacked by a white father and son. #family values. Sometimes, when we've had a few rainy days or the trails by my home are icy or crowded with tourists, I run in my neighborhood. My neighborhood, which is mostly white, mostly rich, mostly conservative. It's a fancy fucking place. Less than half a mile from my 805 square foot, one-level home sits the Broadmoor Hotel. Surrounding the hotel are multiple million-dollar plus homes. There was a time I enjoyed running by those homes. Sometimes, when I would happen upon a particularly stunningly obnoxious home, I would stop and take a picture. Then I would text that picture to a friend with the single line, "Who lives like that?" This is an inside joke of ours from a day spent walking in Manitou looking at the castle. I don't do that anymore. I'm afraid of pointing my phone at a house that isn't mine. I no longer feel like it's my neighborhood. When I go out for my runs, I carry a taser. The taser used to be to protect my dogs from coyotes or bears or the random too aggressive deer. Now I carry it to protect me too. To protect me from the group of white men who are suddenly following me. Are they following me? To protect me from that guy I've never seen here before. To protect me from that old white dude in the Make America Great hat. Has he always had that hat? I'm vigilant now about the people I pass. I run it through in my head what might happen if. I run through what I might or could do if. I make sure my phone is fully charged and has signal if. I wonder if my cute little dogs make me seem less of a threat and more like I belong. I wonder if harm does come to me, how will my wife find out, and will my dogs be okay? I wonder if my last words will be caught on tape, and if they are, will the words, "Please don't hurt my dogs," echo forever with the other last words, because even in the if, I worry about them. I worry about my wife, my white wife who sleeps nestled in our king-size bed as I am out on these early morning runs. I wonder if she will be able to move on from losing me. I wonder if she will blame herself for not being there with me. I wonder if she will have to watch a way too vivid video of some random white man taking my life. I wonder all these things as I jog along the trail, my joyful little dogs at my side. My wife and I have talked about this, how these days I feel more comfortable in public if she is with me. How these days she will go into places first, or she will start conversations with our neighbors first. How I used to smile, wave, and say good morning or hello to the people I would pass on my runs, but now I don't. I don't make eye contact, or if I do, I don't hold it. I don't smile at people I pass anymore. I don't want anything to feel like an opening or like I'm someone who wants to engage. Sometimes I look at my wife and wish I could wear her whiteness. Use it like a shield. Carry it with me when I am in the world without her, brandishing it as needed if the situation should call for it. If. That little fucking word, if. I spend so much time on my runs wondering what if that I've pushed out the beauty of the morning air and the wonder of watching a Colorado sunrise from the top of a mesa. The sound of my feet running in time with my sweet little dogs. The birds, the squirrels, the sound of rabbits in the underbrush. This is what my mornings are like now. Still, I get up, pull on my gear, leash up my dogs, and head out to a trail. 'Cause I'll be damned if.
Penny candy, jumping rope, things we used to do. Waiting bus stops, playing hopscotch, the innocence of you. Now we're older, world is colder, come to know the truth. Life is pressing, always stressing, all you see is you. Reminiscing of what is missing, can we start again? Never ending, stop pretending that we know what's next. Life is fleeting, what we're seeking can't be bought or sold. Grains of sand blow through our hand like time no one can hold. Very best. Always hoping, always showing, got to pass the test. Life is leading, always reaching, living as we grow. Share the secret, never keep it, like the way and go. Open your heart and